Hey angels, and welcome back to Touched by TyHairCo. So you're here because you wanted to get into this look, so let's jump right in. We start this look off by cleaning my client's face, and then I'm going straight into her brows using the Morphe Definer eyebrow pencil in the shade Java for the tail of her brow and Mocha for the inner line. Moving right along, I'm going to set her eyebrows in place with this NYX Brow Gel Glue. To conceal her brows, I'll be going in with the Nika K Full Coverage Concealer. I'm going to use this on the bottom of her entire brow to define her brow and shape her outline. I will also be to define her brow, I'll be going in using my Real Perfections flat liner brush, and also my LA Colors double-sided blending brush. So, as some of you guys may know that have been following me, brows are the hardest thing for me to do. Like, no shade. You gotta get them right, y'all. And sometimes my babies be off, but I've gotten a lot better. All I could do is, if you're a new makeup artist and you're interested in doing this, practice. Practice, 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 practice. Keep going. Don't be discouraged. Keep going, okay? This is probably the most tedious part of doing a face, is the brows. Moving right along to define the top of her brow, I'm going to go in using the same two brushes, using this RK by Kiss Contour Cream Palette. And I'm going to use the shade that's closest to her skin tone. Okay, we're going to move right along. So, skin prep is super important. Don't forget it, okay? So, to moisturize our skin today, we're going in with the Pond's Dry Skin, Sensitive Skin Cream, Moisturizing Cream. And I'm going to use this Real Technique blending brush. I believe this is the 221 blending brush. And press that into her skin throughout its entirety. To prime her face, I'm going in with my absolute favorite primer in the whole wide world. Okay, this e.l.f. Power Grip Primer. It is everything. I don't know what it is about this primer, but it just loves makeup, okay? That's pretty much it. It loves makeup. To set her brows, to set her eyelids in place, right? We're going to use this RK by Kiss powder, setting powder in the shade Transparent 01. It's very important to set your lids, okay, so that you avoid creasing and that you have a long-lasting lid. This also helps in the prep with just properly priming those brows for a popping and pigmented color. So for this particular client, we see here that she has textured skin, okay, and she has different what do I want to say, pigments in her skin, right? Texture is okay, it is normal. It is normal to have texture in the skin. Not everyone has completely flawless and just smooth skin, right? So what you have to do is you have to color correct in a situation like this. So what I did was, because she has suffered from acne in the past and she has some discoloration in her skin is uneven, we went in with a peach corrector because she has medium brown skin. So I didn't want to use an orange or brown because I felt like that would have been too dark. So I went in with a peach color corrector and I placed this all over the skin with that same Real Techniques blending brush that I used to moisturize her face. And I allowed that to sit while I went in and started completing her lids. As you can see, for her lids, I used the Morphe, I believe that's the 35U. I'm not sure, but I know I just showed it. I'm using that palette. I'm only using one color, and I'm just building that color until it reaches the intensity that I want. As you can see from the picture, from the thumbnail for this video, we are doing a naked beat with a popping red lip. So for this tape, right? So as I said in some previous videos, guys, I have not yet mastered doing a freehand wing liner. So what I do is I take some clear or transparent packing tape, Scotch tape, And I place that as evenly as I can in the angle of where I want to create my wing. I start very slowly, taking my time with that liquid liner, and I'm just going to drag that out along her lash line and along the edge of that tape to create a very straight wing line. Angels, if there's something that you want to do and you cannot do it or you haven't mastered that skill, it's okay. There's always a hack for that. Okay, so this is a really good wing hack if you're like me, okay, and you want to be able to give your clients what they want. All right, it's always a way, honey. Using that 35U Morphe palette, I'm going to go in. Once that liquid liner dries, I go in with a black shadow and a flat liner brush, and I'm just going to smoke that line out. Set that liquid liner, and it's going to just give you a beautiful, like a smoky lash line. It's, you can't really see it here, but it would need to be done, okay? Trust me. Okay, so moving right along, right? We've primed her, we've moisturized her, we've cleansed her. So now we're going into the foundation. Okay, as you can see, I've already swatched some foundation on her cheek. So to create her foundation color, I had to use two colors. I had to create her color. I used the Nika K in the shade 5 and 7. So we use the Nika K full coverage foundation in the shades 5, which I believe is honey, and 7, which I believe is mocha. Don't quote me, but I think I'm right. And I'm laying this and building this coverage all throughout her skin, okay? She wanted a full coverage look. She did not want any of her discoloration or anything seeping through. And as you can see, that peach color corrector made a huge difference. All right, it just blends out those dark spots for medium skin, and this is a good method if you have someone that has a lot of discoloration and they're in that medium skin or medium to deep family. Peach color corrector will work, and you'll love it. So there, y'all, she couldn't keep still. She could not keep still, like she was moving. And I think I messed up her brow or something. She was moving. It's going to be another time in this video where she like moves and I mess something up and we laugh about it. She was on the phone. We was talking. We was laughing. It was just the key. Now I'm going in with that Morphe foundation brush. I believe this is the E65 brush, and pushing that product into the skin. I absolutely love this foundation brush. I normally use either this foundation brush or the Real Techniques foundation brush. They both work amazingly. Y'all know if it ain't broke, I don't fix it, okay? I always apply my foundation in swatching the foundation onto the skin with a flat foundation brush, and I'll go in with either my Morphe E65 or my Real Techniques 222 brush and push that product into the skin. Then we go in with the damp Real Technique Beauty Blender, and we just make sure everything is blended nice and evenly throughout the skin. Okay, to highlight her skin, we're going in with the Nika K Full Coverage Concealer in the shade 03. So my technique has changed slightly with my highlighting placement. Instead of covering the entire eye at the bottom, I just put it in the corners and right where I want to create that lift on the outside of the eye. I also like to do right beneath that jawline to create definition and contrast there, because I like a very chiseled and defined jawline. So as y'all can see, again, like I said, she was talking, yapping on that phone, honey, and ended up coming down. I told her to keep her eyes open, and she ended up closing them and got concealer on the bottom of her lash. But we fixed that with some black mascara later on in the video. So this is pretty much what my highlight looks like now. It doesn't really make a difference, right? Less is more. I never have been one to use a lot of product. I saw this. I can't remember where I saw this. I want to say I saw this either on TikTok or Instagram. And I just like the finish. I absolutely like the finish. As we all know, I'm that MUA that likes a very, very defined look. I love a contour. I love a popping blush. And I also bake. So this just helps in that process. If you like a natural finish, this may not be what you want. But if you like a very chiseled and defined look, definitely lifting those eyes, chiseling down that jawline, it makes a big difference in your work. To blend out my highlight, I'm going in with my LA Colors dual-sided blending brush. I'm also going to use my damp Real Technique Beauty Blender. Just take your time and blend everything into the skin. You don't want any harsh lines. You don't want any discoloration. Shades are okay. So a change in your shading is good under your eyes and things like that. You can keep those areas bright, but you want them to blend flawlessly with the rest of the skin. To start to set some contrast in her face, start the process of her contour, I'm going in with this Nika K Full Coverage Concealer. I believe this was in the shade 08. And I am just contrasting out, contouring out everywhere where I want to start to build that contour on her face. To start to set her face, I am going in with my LA Girl pressed powder in the shade, I believe this was Nude Beige, to set all her highlighted areas. And then I'll be going back in with the same powder brush, using the shade, I want to say it was Warm Honey. Um, and I set the remaining of her face with that. I get this question all the time. A lot of people ask me, what is the difference between setting and baking? It's a big difference. I'm going to say this one more time. Setting is when you are simply setting all of the liquid products, right? You don't want to lose the products. You don't want them to move. You don't want them to run. You don't want them to be all shiny. So you have to set that with a powder. I like to use tinted pressed powders to set the face. I like to use them for a few reasons. Number one, they add more coverage, right? They help build that coverage. And number two, they just set whatever area of the face and make it more smooth. It just gives you that airbrushed look. Powder foundations, pressed powders, those are pretty much all the same. They're going to give you that same finish. So yes, you do want to set the face. Baking is optional, okay? That's more of a style. Not every makeup artist bakes. It's okay. So those are pretty much the difference. Baking is going to bring out definition in the face. It's going to help with contrast, okay? And it's just going to define the face. So baking is a totally different technique. To start to build on her contour, I'm going in with the RK by Kiss Contour Powder Palette. And I believe that I used the second to the darkest shade. This was in medium dark. Okay, we're moving right along into the baking process. So to bake her face today, I will be going in with the Sacha Buttercup in the shade Buttercup. for her lips today, we are doing a red lip. I am be going in with the lip liner in the color Date Night by Morphe, and then I'll be using the matte lip color in the shade, I believe it's Hot Shot, made by Morphe. It is a beautiful red. It is a popping red, and it looked really pretty on her. So I've said this before, and I'm going to say it again. Because you share pencils with the different clients, make sure that you're sharpening your pencils. I recommend turning your pencils 2 to 3 times before you put them on a client's lips, and 2 to 3 times after. So that way, like, you just never forget, you never cross-contaminate with anyone. I have not came across a client that has had like a cold sore, fever, blister, anything like that. If I did, I probably would not do the client because those are highly contagious and I just wouldn't want to use my products. But you never know with different makeup artists, so just be mindful of that. I even allow my clients to bring their own lip liner and color if they're not comfortable. Some artists do that, some don't, but yeah, that's the thing for me. Right over top of that red lip shade, I'm going in with my Kiss Colors Glam Shine in the shade Sunset. So to blend all this powder into her skin, I'll be going back in with that same powder brush that I used to set her face with the warm, I believe it was Warm Honey pressed powder. This just is going to even out all of that highlight, all of that baking powder. You want to press everything into the skin. You don't want to leave anything sitting on top of the skin, letting the skin look or appear cakey, right, or unfinished. So use your beauty blender, use a pressed powder, and just press all that product into the skin. Y'all know this is probably my favorite step for 2 reasons, because that means I'm at the end of doing the face, and then I absolutely love this bronzer. It just makes the face look like you've been kissed by diamonds. I talk about it all the time. I rave about this bronzer. This is the Lumi bronzer made by L'Oreal Paris, and it is everything, okay? If you don't have this bronzer, please get it and thank me later. To set everything into place, I'm going in with this Kiss Cosmetics Pro Touch setting spray with a matte finish. To smudge out her waterline, I'm going in with the Warrior 2 palette by Juvia's Place, using the shade that I pointed out, and I'm just going to smoke out her waterline. And it really does bring the look together. Excuse me. Off camera, I did go in and I used the coconut eyeliner by Morphe, which is white, just to make her eyes pop a little bit more. To highlight her, I'm going in with my highlight palette. This palette I got this palette from a makeup convention. I don't know the name of the company, but it's a beautiful palette, and I absolutely love the highlighters in this palette. I'm going in using my Moda highlighting brush, and I'm pressing this highlighting powder in the areas that I want to be highlighted right at the top of her cheekbone or forehead, down her nose, down the middle of her nose, her chin, and right on her outer brow. So to give her eyes a little pop, I'm going in with this Juvia's Place loose highlighter powder in the color Cleo, and I'm going to place this powder right at her tear ducts. And y'all, this is her final look. And it just was giving. I mean, listen, if you have a client and you're scared to do their skin because it might be a little textured, they might be having or have had skin issues in the past, it's okay. You'll never know unless you try. This is probably my first client with this type of skin. I believe that this look still came out beautifully. It's still a very clean look, very natural, but very okay? Very angel-like, okay? Thank you, Angel, so much for tuning in. Make sure you follow me on all social media outlets at TouchedByTyHairCo. Don't forget to like, comment if you have any questions, share, but most of all, hit that subscribe button, okay? Hit that bell so you can know every time that I upload. See you in the next one. Touched by Ty Hair Co. Out.
How you like your makeup, girl?
It's bomb. Period. Book with my girl. Yeah.